Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Siraj here. Welcome to the new year. And today the topic is, should you buy CRISPR? How long will it take for CRISPR to take off? When can you actually make any money on CRISPR Therapeutics? These are the fundamental questions that most investors have in mind. And these questions will be answered in the video today from my personal point of view. And then I would look forward to you guys letting me know what you think about it. So I'm going to talk about a little bit of technical aspects as well as fundamental aspects, and then you will get the answer. That said, let's get started. Welcome back, friends. We are looking at the price chart for CRISPR Therapeutics. Now, each of these candles is a one-day candle, and we have almost a 1 year time frame seen here in the chart. I think I would say somewhere around 2.5 years we can see out here. And during this period of time, CRISPR Therapeutics has gone up and down and so on. If you just look at the price chart, it doesn't give us any idea of what will happen with CRISPR Therapeutics or what was going to happen. If you were out here, you did not know that you were going to get this breakout. If you were here, you did not know that we were going to get this fall. Exactly when will the fall stop and when will it go up? Even today, right now, as we are here, we do not know what is going to happen going forward. The best we can estimate is a probability. And what we will try to do with technical analysis is to try to get a kind of higher probability of success, but there is always the risk that things may not work out. The burning question now is, what do you do with CRISPR Therapeutics? Is it time to dollar cost average? Is it time to enter into it, or do we wait further? And that's the question we are going to answer today. And in order to understand that, we need to understand two concepts. The first concept I'm talking about is consolidation and breakout. And the second component I'll talk about subsequently. Let's talk about consolidation and breakout. The first example of consolidation I can see is out here. This is consolidation. This is consolidation. This is consolidation. And we also have consolidation out here. Consolidation means forming a base. Consolidation forms a base. So if you look at any of our bullish indicators or bearish indicators, there is always a base. Cup and handle has got a base. Double peaks or double tops or double bottoms, they also have a base. And then we move from the base towards any direction. How do we decide whether it's going to go up or down? So those are the questions that we should remember. But at the base of everything is the consolidation. So if you see a pattern like this, a lot of sideways movement, that is consolidation. So consolidation, 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 consolidation. There is consolidation everywhere. Now, what is a breakout? So if you have to look at a consolidation, and if I drew a line connecting the tops of the consolidation, then when we move out of it, that is my breakthrough. So I'm breaking through this, and this is the consolidation, and I have broken through it. And how do we know that we are at the top and we are going to fall after that? There is no answer to that. Nobody knows when the trend is going to turn. So we look for things like evening star formation or bearish candlestick patterns, things like that. But coming back to the breakout, let us draw a few more breakouts, okay? So we have this consolidation here. So this was a breakout. So we have these breakouts that we have identified. We have the consolidation that has been identified. That forms part of the picture. Now, the second part of the picture is that once we are out of the breakout, then it's kind of a positive point where you can start buying. However, the breakout may be false and you can again fall back below. That's where you have the stop loss that is incorporated. But if you want to keep things simple and if you want to have less risk, you would wait for this support to be retested. But in real life, as in this instance, you can see that there was no retesting of the support. It just went up. It kept going up steeply. And in fact, from this point, it went up all the way to 34%. Now, that is something that I wouldn't like to lose because I was waiting for a retest. But when you're in the moment, when you are in the market, when you're at that point of time, you don't know. When you look back on the chart, it is 2020. That's why when you see all these technical analysts teaching you how to do technical analysis, It all seems crystal clear. It all seems so obvious. But when you actually try to do it on your own during the trading hours and when you're in the thick of it, it's difficult to make a decision because what they say doesn't happen. Ideally, you want this support to be tested and then bounce back. I was looking for that long time for many of these stocks. And I found that last year I lost a lot of these breakout opportunities because I was waiting for the retesting that never happened. And if I was to extend this further, this is my line of support and it was a line of resistance when we went up. So this line of support is where I would have decided that, okay, we have broken through this line of support, so we're going to fall down. So if I was very conservative and if I did not look for the test back, then probably I'll wait until we are somewhere around 75, 71.75, somewhere out here, and I may buy out here. I will not sell out here. I'll wait for a little while, and then when we are a little bit down here, I may say, okay, I want to take some profits. So if I was a conservative investor, I would have been able to take a profit of around, let us say, 20%. Whereas I would have left a lot on the table because I didn't enter soon enough and I didn't leave soon enough. But this is how I think an average trader would be able to do in one of their best days, and that too when looking back on the chart from things that have happened. But while you're on the moment, it's very difficult. Now, I hope this explains to you how difficult it is to read the chart and guess what is going to happen ahead. So we have to improve our probability of success. So I'd throw in one more indicator out here. This is a 200-day exponential moving average that I have out here. So one of the things I'm doing this year is I'm looking at the consolidation, and I'm saying if you're above the 200-day exponential moving average, and if you have a consolidation and you break out on the upside, then you are in a bullish market and you're going to go up and you would be able to enter much earlier. So that's my thesis for this year. So if I look at Crispr Therapeutics from that point of view, I think we had a little bit of consolidation here and we came down, but we are below the 200-day exponential moving average. So because we are below the 200-day exponential moving average, and because we are on a bear channel, I think that it's risky to buy Crispr Therapeutics right now because we may continue to move downwards. There is no guarantee that we are going to break through and go above. And there are a lot of resistances out here. So this is from a fundamental and technical perspective, because when the consolidation is happening, people are digesting information about the company and they are thinking that the company is not worth selling off right now. So they are vacillating between a range, and they're gathering information, trying to make their mind on whether to buy more of it or to sell more of it. And once they make that decision, then they move along. And at the same time, we'll see the MACD and the momentum showing us bearish or bullish divergences. And that's the other aspect that we can use in order to decide and improve our probability of making a decision. But the simpler we keep it, the better. And the more conservative we are, the more likely we are to make profits. We won't make superlative profits, but we'll come out with our hands and legs and head intact at the end of the day. So that's the way I'm looking at Crispr Therapeutics. So now the question becomes, what will be the basis of the next consolidation and how will we go above the 200-day exponential moving average? So by default, whenever you consolidate, if the 200-day exponential moving average is on the top, it starts coming down to embrace the consolidation zone. So you can see that happening here. You can see that happening here. And I'm sure that if we consolidate out here, the 200-day exponential moving average will come down to meet it. And then like out here, we have the opportunity of breaking above or going back down. So these are all false breakouts. So if you're conservative, you're going to wait a little bit so that you're clear of the breakout, give it a week or so, and then you move in. During that period of time, you may probably lose some opportunity, you leave some money on the table, but you're not taking risk. Or you enter with a stop loss just below the line of breakout so that you can get out without losing money. And at the same time, if the stock continues to go up without retesting the support, you are still capitalizing on it. So at least that way you can enter early enough and capture all the gains that can be had at the bottom. And on the top, what I would say is that you're looking for bearish divergences, you're looking for a drop in momentum, you're looking for a drop in MACD, but there is no guarantee that you're not going to leave some money on the table. And that is something that we have to expect. There is a saying that you can't time the market, and that this is where it comes from. Now, what is going to be the substance of the next consolidation, which is likely to happen out here? I would say that the next consolidation is going to focus on the revenues of CASGEVY. As the CASGEVY revenues improve, we'll be creating a new floor. Another component that will go into the consolidation is going to be news about I think it is called CTX211, that is the autoimmune therapy for diabetes, which also has potential for curing other autoimmune diseases. So far, the data has been good, and the clinical trial has been going on for a while. It's in advanced stages. If we get a news of a BLA for that, Biologics License Application, that could be the catalyst for a breakout from the consolidation. And if by that time the 200-day exponential moving average manages to come down here, then I would say that we'll be looking at an opportunity to get in and make some money. So that's what I'll be watching for. The other catalyst could also be the allogenic CAR-T therapies, the two of them, the advanced CAR-T therapies, which are in advanced clinical trials. They are leader of the pack right now because all the autologous therapies that are there right now targeting CD19, they have a black box warning label from FDA for malignancies, for B-cell malignancies. So this autologous therapy targeting CD19 could have an edge over them. That is the first factor. The second factor is that the autologous therapy has an edge over the allogenic therapy that CRISPR is developing, has got an edge over the autologous therapy because it is going to be available off the shelf. Which means as soon as the diagnosis is done, the doctor can order it and can be bought immediately, infused into the patient, and there you go. Whereas with the autologous, it takes time to drain the blood from the patient. The quality of the cells are weak. And then you have to do quality control, multiply them, make the modifications, bring it back, infuse it into the patient. During that time, the patient can deteriorate further. So the chances of improvement is much better with allogenic. So the outcomes could be way better and the patient experience would be way better, I think, with allogenic CD19 CAR-T therapies. So I'm very hopeful that that could also be another factor for breakthrough or breakout from the consolidation, breakout over the 200-day exponential moving average, and a clear signal that CRISPR is here to stay. Now, the next question is, Raj, how soon can that happen? Honestly, I don't know, and even you don't know. That's why you're watching this video. So as soon as we get some of this information, we'll see that manifest in the chart. So if there's a blip in this chart, like what has happened today, we have to scan the news. We have to go to the CRISPR Therapeutics Investor Relations section and have a look and see if there is any new news related to the data. There could be these kind of movements up and down because the company decided to hire a new chief of medicine or created a new department for something. Those kind of news come in and they give you a little bit of blip, but they don't last long. The really lasting ones are when you have a BLA announcement with a day on which FDA is going to have an AdCom meeting, or it's going to make its decision, or when there's a data release that's going to be coming out for the final stage of the clinical trials. Those are the kind of milestones which will give you a jump above the consolidation. Until that happens, you can't say that it's time to buy CRISPR. That's what I wanted to tell you about CRISPR Therapeutics, because many have asked the questions, and of course, legitimately, we are a genomics channel. And the very reason that the channel grew was because we were covering CRISPR Therapeutics, we were covering Beam, and we were covering Caribou Biosciences. These are all the big names of the time which helped this channel grow. And most of the subscribers out here are thirsty for these kind of contents, and I have been putting a lot of control, self-control on myself to avoid milking that attention and diluting the interest in CRISPR Therapeutics, because I personally feel CRISPR is a great stock, and I don't want to do clickbait videos and giving you a lot of videos of CRISPR Therapeutics with very less to talk about in each of them. So I want to do substantial videos, so please stay engaged with the channel. I'll definitely bring more substantive videos on CRISPR Therapeutics in 2025. And this particular video came up because one of our subscribers, who has been always giving me good advice on the channel, ask me this question through an email. So if you have any of these kind of questions about CRISPR Therapeutics or any genomics talk in our channel, just send me an email to raj@sharetreck.com. And if it's something I feel is substantive like this one, I'll definitely make a video to answer it for the larger audience. And it will be a good content for the channel. And this is the way you would be able to help the channel to grow and keep good quality of engagement out here. Well, friends, I'd like to hear from you. What do you think about CRISPR Therapeutics? Do you still have it in your portfolio? How deep in red are you? Are you still dollar cost averaging? Is the situation improving for you? Please put that in the comment section, and I'd like to read them and respond to you. Thanks and have a great day. Bye for now.